When the Bucks travel to play the Saints in week 2, it'll be the 61st time the two franchises have met in regular season play. In fact, later this year, the return game at Raymond James Stadium will make the Saints the most common opponent the Bucks have ever played when they surpass the 61 previous games they've had with the Chicago Bears. Now, the all-time record is not that good for Buck fans. It's 21-39 in favour of the Saints going into this season. But there was, of course, a certain playoff game we might mention later on. But when it comes to memorable victories, you look at the very first time the Bucks played in New Orleans, 1977. The Bucks were 0-26, and we all know what happened next. The Buccaneer offense recorded only their second passing touchdown of the season when Gary Huff found Morris Owens to put Tampa ahead 13-0 in the second quarter. In the second half, there were 3 pick sixes, a franchise record that was matched in the postseason, of course, in the Super Bowl. Mike Washington had the first one, stepping inside on the receiver and taking it to the house. Richard Batman Wood had the second one, diving into the end zone to make it 27-0 Tampa Bay in the fourth quarter and truly starting the celebrations on the sideline. Now, defensive lineman Greg Johnson only played 5 games for the Bucks, but he completed the scoring when he caught a deflected pass in the end zone to complete a defensive route. We featured that game in a special BuckPower.com podcast last year when Dennis Crawford and Dick Crippen joined me to reminisce on that memorable victory. Now, in 1979, the tables were turned somewhat as the Bucks were 5-0. They were unbeaten, untied, and unbelievable and leading the NFL. They led the Saints 7-0 early in the third quarter, then conceded 42 straight points in what Coach John McKay called the wake-up call to end all wake-up calls. In 1987, Vinny Testaverde made his first NFL start against the Saints, but he fumbled on his first 2 possessions, leading to an early 14-0 New Orleans lead before many fans had even taken their seats. Now, he did bounce back and set a then rookie record with 369 yards in his first NFL start, including touchdown passes to Mark Carrier and Bruce Hill. Carrier was set a then franchise record with 212 yards receiving on the day. It did give us some thought that Vinny might be the saviour of the franchise, but of course, it didn't last.
3rd and 3 from the 27. 5 defensive backs for New Orleans. Testaverde's first throw, ball's on the ground. Well, they'll be coming. Vinny on today, a 1 sack, 1 fumble. 2 fumbles as Pat Swilling, 56, has it back for Saints. 5:28 remaining third quarter. 38-10 Saints. Testaverde on first down. Throws deep. Touchdown Tampa Bay, I do believe. Yes. Mark Carrier made a marvelous catch. First and 10 at the 12. Touchdown Tampa. Bruce Hill on the post pattern drags Dave Waymer into the end zone.
In the 2001 meeting, the Bucks tied their own franchise record by scoring 48 points in an absolute hammering of the Saints, a game that featured some real anomalies. Aaron Stecker came so close to the first kickoff return in franchise history, albeit with the help of at least 3 illegal blocks that got missed by the officials. Martin Gramaska pulled his hamstring on extra points, and John Lynch wound up kicking off twice. And Rondé Barber had yet another interception return touchdown.
Aaron Stecker is deep. Frank Murphy out with an ankle injury. Stecker at the goal line. And he's tripped up, stays on his feet, fights his way up toward the 30, trying to bust loose. He does! Aaron Stecker may go! He's being chased by Fred Weary. Stecker inside the 20, down at the 14.
And Martin can't kick off. It's John Lynch with a line drive. That's picked up by Willie Whitehead for New Orleans. And he gets back across the 40-yard line.
They only need 1. Watch him, man.
On 3rd and 1, Brooks throws, and it's intercepted by Rondé Barber. Barber heading for the end zone. Touchdown!
The 1990 loss did feature Chris Chandler's memorable somersault score. The 2002 loss was John Gruden's first game as head coach and featured Tom Tupper's abortive pass on a muff punt snap to lose the game in overtime. 2005 saw the Bucs clinch a division title against New Orleans as Dwayne White returned a fumble for a score late in the game. The 2018 season opener saw Jameis Winston suspended, so Ryan Fitzpatrick took the reins, and once again the Bucs put up 48 on the Saints. Ryan Fitzpatrick threw 4 touchdown passes, ran one in himself, and of course the legend of Fitzmagic was born, and no one will ever look cooler than Fitz did at his post-game press conference.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is into the end zone for a Buccaneer touchdown. They're not joking about his running anymore.
And then there came the divisional playoff win in 2020 during the COVID-affected season, and of course Saints used an excuse for them losing. Tom Brady ran a touchdown in, threw 2 more, and Drew Brees had 3 very costly interceptions as the Bucs progressed to the NFC title game. And of course, a week later, they defeated the Packers in Lambeau Field, came back to Raymond James Stadium, won the Super Bowl, giving them 2 Vince Lombardi trophies, one more than New Orleans have, of course. Did you know that on the 2 occasions the Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl, they've lost their season opener to New Orleans on both occasions? Now, this will be one of those rare moments when the Bucs are playing the Saints without Sean Payton on the sideline, as he's taken a year off before taking over the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry, he's retired from the NFL. Now, Payton has come across over the years as one of the most arrogant coaches in the league, and he also played in the British Gridiron League in 1988 for the Leicester Panthers, where I had the misfortune of interviewing him then as well, and he was the same then as he is now. Now, you can read all about the Bucs' previous meetings with the Saints, as well as everything else to do with the history of the Buccaneers on buckpower.com. Every player, every game, everything Bucs.